So, hello and Assalamu alaikum viewers. My name is Mohammed Ali. I am student at Rehan School, Islamabad, campus level 1 student. Today we going to call an interview. So my topic is very questions. So let's start our interview with ChatGPT. Hello, how are you, ChatGPT?
Great to hear from you. What would you like to talk about today?
Okay, ChatGPT. I start my interview. Are you ready?
Absolutely, I'm ready. Let's get started. How can I assist you with your interview preparation?
Okay, ChatGPT, my first question for you is what does sh mean?
Sure. Sharp SME stands for Subject Matter Expert. It refers to someone who has a deep understanding and expertise in a particular area or topic. SMEs are often consulted to provide insights or guidance on specific issues. Does that help?
Good answer, ChatGPT. And my next question for you is why do people say shh? Please give me long and proper answer.
Of course, people often ask for a longer and more detailed answer because they want a thorough understanding of the topic. A detailed response can provide more context, examples, and explanations, which can help clarify complex concepts. It also allows the listener to feel more confident in the information provided. Would you like a more detailed explanation on anything else?
Okay, ChatGPT, but my question for you is why do people say shh?
People often say shh to indicate that others should be quiet. It's a way to ask for silence, usually in situations where noise or talking is disruptive or not appropriate, like in a library, during a performance, or when someone is trying to concentrate. It's a polite way to remind others to lower their voices.
Okay, ChatGPT, good answer. And my next question for you is who usually uses the sh sound?
The sound shh is commonly used by people in various settings to ask for quiet. Here are a few examples. 1. Teachers. In classrooms, teachers often use shh to get their students' attention and to maintain order. 2. Librarians. In libraries, staff members might use shh to ensure a quiet environment for reading and studying. 3. Audience members. During performances, concerts, or movies, audience members might use shh to remind others to be quiet so everyone can enjoy the show. 4. Parents. Parents often use shh with their children to keep them quiet, especially when a baby is sleeping or in situations that require silence. It's a simple yet effective way to communicate the need for quiet.
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my next question for you is how do babies react to shh?
Babies can have different reactions to the shh sound, depending on their age and temperament. Here are a few common responses. 1. Calm down. Many babies find the shh sound soothing. It mimics the sounds they heard in the womb, which can help calm them, especially when they're fussy or crying. 2. Startle. Newborns or very young babies might be startled by loud or sudden shh sounds, but they usually settle down quickly. 3. No reaction. Some babies might not respond to shh at all, especially if they're already content or if they're used to background noise. In general, the shh sound is often used as a calming technique for babies, especially when they're upset or trying to fall asleep.
Okay, ChatGPT, very great answer. And my next question for you is sh a word or a sound?
Shh is considered a sound, specifically an onomatopoeic sound. Onomatopoeia refers to words that phonetically imitate the sounds they describe. While shh is not a traditional word with a dictionary definition, it's a sound used to communicate the idea of quietness. People use it as a way to ask for silence or to calm others, making it a functional sound in everyday communication.
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my next question for you is can animal understand shh?
Many animals can respond to the shh sound, especially if they are accustomed to it from their interactions with humans. Here are a few examples. 1. Dogs. Many dogs are trained to respond to the sh sound as a signal to be quiet or calm down. It can be used to stop barking or to soothe them in stressful situations. 2. Cats. Cats can also learn to recognize the sh sound, often associating it with a command to be quiet or calm. 3. Birds. Some birds, particularly those kept as pets, can respond to a sh sound, often as a cue to be quiet. Animals might not understand the meaning behind the sound like humans do, but they can learn to associate it with specific behaviors or responses through training and repetition.
Okay, ChatGPT, good answer. And my next question for you is, what body part help us make the sound?
The sh sound is produced using several parts of the body, mainly the mouth and the airflow. Here's how it works. 1. Tongue. The tongue is positioned close to the roof of the mouth or the upper teeth, creating a narrow passage for air to flow through. 2. Teeth and lips. The teeth and lips help to shape the sound, ensuring that the air is pushed out in a controlled manner. 3. Vocal cords. While the vocal cords are not directly used to produce the sh sound, they remain relaxed, allowing the sound to be produced by the air flowing through the narrow space created by the tongue and teeth. This combination of body parts helps produce the distinct sh sound that we use to indicate quietness.
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my next question for you is, do all cultures use to mean be quiet?
Not all cultures use the sh sound to mean be quiet. Different cultures have various ways of signaling the need for silence or quietness. Here are a few examples. 1. Nonverbal gestures. In some cultures, people might use hand signals, like raising a finger to their lips, to indicate quietness. 2. Verbal cues. Other cultures might use different words or sounds to ask for silence, such as specific phrases or words in their native language. 3. Cultural norms. In some cultures, quietness might be indicated through body language or social cues rather than specific sounds. While the sh sound is widely recognized in many parts of the world, different cultures have also their own unique ways of communicating the need for quiet.
Okay, ChatGPT, very great answer. And my next question for you is, can be used in writing?
Yes, sh can definitely be used in writing. It's often used to represent the sound of someone asking for quietness. Here are a few ways it's used. 1. Dialogue. Authors might include sh in dialogue to show a character asking for silence, like in a library or during a performance. 2. Sound effects. In storytelling or scripts, sh can be used to represent the actual sound being made, helping readers or viewers imagine the scene more vividly. 3. Emphasis. Writers might use sh to emphasize the need for quiet in a particular moment, adding to the atmosphere or tension in the scene. It's a versatile way to convey the concept of quietness in writing.
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my next question for you is, how do you say be quiet without using Please give me long and proper answer.
Certainly. There are many ways to ask someone to be quiet without using the sh sound. Here are a few options. 1. Please lower your voice. This is a polite way to ask someone to speak more quietly. 2. Could we have some quiet, please? This phrase is often used in situations where you need everyone to quiet down, such as in a meeting or during a presentation. 3. Let's keep the noise down. This is a casual way to remind people to be quieter, suitable for informal settings. 4. Can we have some silence, please? This is a direct but polite way to ask for quiet, often used in places where silence is required, like in a library or during meditation. 5. Please be mindful of the noise level. This is a considerate way to ask others to be quieter, encouraging them to be aware of their noise. Each of these phrases can effectively communicate the need for quietness in different situations.
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my next question for you is, when did people start using
The use of the sh sound as a way to signal quietness has likely been around for a very long time, though it's difficult to pinpoint an exact date. The sh sound is an example of onomatopoeia, where the sound of the word imitates the sound it represents. Throughout history, people in different cultures have developed various ways to communicate the need for silence,
Okay, ChatGPT, great
The
answer.
sh.
And my next question for
Thanks. If
you
you have
is an old or new sound? Please give me long and proper answer.
the sh sound is quite ancient and has likely been used by humans for a very long time. It's a natural, instinctive sound that people make to signal quietness, and it likely developed as part of early human communication. The use of sh as a sound to request silence probably emerged in societies where quietness was necessary, such as during storytelling, in places of worship, or in communal. I'm sorry, but you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice. You can switch to standard now to keep chatting.
Okay, viewers, so we switch our voice. Hello, ChatGPT. Hello, ChatGPT. Can you hear me? So here's we start our recording again. So ChatGPT, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's dive in. What are we discussing today?
Okay, ChatGPT, my first question for you is an old or new sound? Please give me long and proper answer.
The sh sound is a relatively ancient one, though it's difficult to pin down an exact time of origin. It likely emerged as an instinctive human response to the need for quiet. When early humans gathered around a campfire or engaged in group activities, silence could be crucial for listening to important sounds, whether it was a predator nearby, sounds of nature, or the leader of the group speaking. It makes sense that they would develop a sound like shh to communicate the need for quiet. In many cultures, this simple sound of shh became a way to indicate silence in places where concentration, focus, or respect was needed. In communal settings, for instance, it would help in ceremonies, meetings, or storytelling, where listening carefully was essential. The interesting thing about shh is that it's not just a language specific sound. While different languages have unique ways of signaling silence through words, gestures, or expressions, many cultures use some form of shh. It transcends specific language and often relies on shared human experiences. This could suggest that shh is not a recent invention, but rather a natural part of human communication. Though we associate shh with the need for quiet, it might also be tied to the soothing qualities of sound. Some people have noticed that the shh sound can mimic the sounds of white noise or the gentle hum of the womb, and as a result, it often has a calming effect, especially on babies. In essence, while shh is a simple sound, it carries a long history, stemming from both our need for quiet and our shared human practices. I hear you loud and clear. What's on your mind today?
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my next question for you is: did ancient people use shh? Please give me long and proper
That's a fun
answer.
question. Ancient people didn't have chatbots or AI like ChatGPT. Instead, they communicated in ways that were deeply rooted in their own cultures through spoken language, written records, and storytelling. They used tools like symbols, hieroglyphs, and early forms of writing to share knowledge, pass on stories, and teach each other. However, in a way, ancient people did have their own forms of information exchange that might feel similar to chatting. For example, oral traditions were key in many societies. Elders, priests, or storytellers would share wisdom, history, and guidance, much like how people might ask questions or seek advice today. But the tools they used, like their voices, scrolls, and stone tablets, were much different from the technology we have now. So, while ChatGPT didn't exist back then, ancient people did have their own ways of seeking knowledge and connecting with others.
Okay, ChatGPT, my next question for you is how did early humans tell others to be quiet? Please give me long and proper answer.
Early humans, much like modern humans, had a need for quiet in certain situations, whether it was for safety, communication, or ritual. However, they didn't have the refined social tools we use today, like formal language or written signs. Instead, early humans would rely on a combination of vocal sounds, body language, and environmental cues to signal the need for silence. 1. Vocal sounds. One of the most instinctive ways humans likely communicated the need for quiet was through vocalizations. Just like the shh sound we use today, early humans probably made similar noises to express the desire for silence. These sounds, like shh, would have been easily understood, especially in urgent situations where quiet was necessary, such as when avoiding predators or listening for important sounds in the environment. 2. Nonverbal cues. Before spoken language developed, body language was likely a key component of communication. Early humans could have used gestures, like placing a finger to the lips or holding up a hand in a stop position, to indicate that silence was needed. These simple, universal gestures are still widely used today, even in modern societies, showing that nonverbal communication is deeply rooted in human nature. 3. Environmental cues. In addition to sounds and gestures, early humans likely relied on their environment to communicate the need for quiet. For example, in a situation where silence was crucial, such as during a hunt or in the presence of danger, people might use subtle environmental cues, like the lowering of a torch or stopping movement, to signal that everyone should be quiet. The silence itself would become a shared understanding among the group. 4. Social hierarchies. As early humans began to form more complex social structures, leadership and authority likely played a role in maintaining silence. Leaders or elders could have used vocal commands or gestures to signal quietness, especially in group activities, rituals, or gatherings. Over time, this could have evolved into more formalized ways of asking for silence, including specific words or phrases in emerging languages. 5. Ritual and spiritual practices. Quietness was often a key component of spiritual or ritualistic practices. In early human societies, rituals were important for survival, identity, and community bonding. Quiet might have been necessary to facilitate focus during a sacred event or to tune into the natural world. During these rituals, silence would not only be a request, but also a way to honor the sacred space and practices. In summary, early humans likely used a mix of sounds, gestures, and environmental signals to communicate the need for quiet. The evolution of these practices laid the groundwork for the more refined ways we ask for silence today, such as with the familiar shh sound or polite requests in modern languages. It's fascinating to think about how these fundamental forms of communication are still with us, even thousands of years later.
Okay, ChatGPT, very great answer. And my next question for you is has the meaning of changed over time? Please give me long and proper answer.
Thank you for the compliment. Now, when it comes to whether the meaning of shh has changed over time, it's an interesting question, as the concept of quietness and the way people communicate it may have evolved. The core meaning of shh, which is to ask for quiet or silence, has remained relatively consistent throughout history. However, its use, context, and the way it is perceived have evolved alongside cultural and social changes. Let's break it down into different aspects. 1. Early human use. In ancient times, shh was likely a simple, instinctive sound used to signal the need for silence in crucial moments, such as when danger was nearby, when focusing on a task like hunting, or during sacred rituals. The meaning was straightforward: be quiet for a reason. Early humans may not have had a formalized way of communicating this, but the concept of needing quiet to ensure survival or to honor rituals would have been central. 2. Cultural evolution. As societies became more complex and language began to develop, the use of shh likely became more refined. people may have still used it in similar situations, like asking for quiet during storytelling or ceremonies. But as different cultures formed, they might have developed variations of the sound or even different ways of signaling quiet. In some places, shh might have become more associated with politeness, while in others it remained a more urgent or serious request. 3. Social context. Over time, as human societies expanded and modernized, the context in which shh was used began to shift. For example, the emergence of public spaces like libraries, theaters, and classrooms required clear signals for quiet. Shh became a more formal way of asking for silence, particularly in environments that required focus and concentration. In these cases, the sound became not just about survival or ritual, but about respect for others' need for peace or attention. 4. Technology and communication. As technology advanced, the context for asking for quiet evolved further. The advent of social media, video calls, and public broadcasts has introduced new ways in which shh is communicated. For example, in virtual spaces, shh might be used less as a physical gesture and more as a text based signal, often in online conversations or in reaction to loud or disruptive behavior. This shift reflects how modern technology has shaped how we use communication, even for something as simple as asking for quiet. 5. Psychological and emotional impact. Over time, shh has also come to have an emotional and psychological dimension, especially when used to calm someone down. For instance, in parenting, caregivers use shh to soothe crying babies, as the sound is believed to mimic the comforting noise they might have heard in the womb. In these settings, shh has developed from just a command to a soothing, calming tool. The emotional connection between sound and comfort has likely grown as people have recognized how certain sounds affect feelings and behaviors. 6. Cultural variations. While shh is widely used in many cultures, its specific meaning or the form it takes can vary. For example, some cultures may have other phrases or sounds to request silence. In some cases, a gesture, like a finger placed over the lips, might be used instead. This shows that while the core meaning of shh, a request for quiet, has remained the same, the way it's expressed or the importance placed on it can differ greatly from culture to culture. 7. Modern day use. Today, shh can carry different levels of intensity depending on the situation. In some places, it's a gentle reminder to maintain peace. In others, it may be a more urgent command to stop loud behavior. In some contexts, like in a noisy classroom or public space, shh can almost become a reflex. People hear it, recognize it, and automatically lower their volume. In other scenarios, the use of shh may be perceived as more abrupt or even impolite if not used with the proper tone or context. In conclusion, while the core meaning of shh, asking for quiet, has remained consistent throughout time, its use, context, and emotional connotations have evolved. It has transformed from an instinctive survival tool into a nuanced and sometimes cultural symbol of politeness, respect, and comfort. This evolution reflects how language and communication adapt to the changing needs of society, technology, and human interaction.
Thanks for your answers, ChatGPT. And we end our recording.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. Whenever you're ready to start a new session, just let me know. Take care.
Okay, ChatGPT, take
All
care.
right. Have a great day.
So, viewer, this is our today call and interview. I hope you like it. Like, subscribe, and share. And take care.